Why your cat blocks your path. Welcome to Cat Senses Advice. I'm James Mitchell, feline relationship coach. My goal is to help you build a deeper bond of love and trust with your cat, one secret at a time. Your cat just appeared directly in your walking path again. Not beside you, not behind you, right where your next step was supposed to land. You stumble, adjust your balance, maybe laugh nervously. But deep inside, a quiet voice asks, "Is my cat doing this on purpose?" The answer will surprise you, and it might completely transform how you understand the furry companion living in your home. Stay with me, because by the end of this guide, you'll discover that your cat isn't just being difficult or random. They're actually communicating something urgent, something emotional, something they desperately need you to understand. Before we go further into this mystery, I need you to do something that helps cats everywhere. If what you learn here today changes even one interaction with your feline friend, show your support. Tap that like button right now. Hit subscribe to Cat Senses Advice. Not because I'm asking, but because every time you engage with content that helps people understand cats better, you're making life better for cats around the world. Drop a comment below if your cat has ever stopped you in your tracks at the strangest moment. I read every single one. Your story might help another cat owner understand their companion better. Now, let's get into why this behavior matters so much.
Part 1. The Doorway Guardian. It happens most mornings, doesn't it? You're barely conscious, shuffling toward the kitchen. Your brain is foggy. Your body runs on autopilot. Coffee is the only thought in your mind. Then, boom, there's your cat, sitting perfectly centered in the doorway. Not off to the side, not almost in the way, completely, totally blocking the entrance like a fuzzy security checkpoint. You try stepping left. Your cat shifts left with you. You move right. They mirror you instantly, like you're dancing together without music. You might chuckle. You might feel a tiny spark of frustration. But mostly, you wonder, why does this keep happening? Let me share something that changed my entire understanding of cat behavior. This action isn't accidental. It's not coincidence. It's not your cat being clumsy or oblivious. When your cat blocks your path, they're doing it completely on purpose, every single time. Cats possess incredible spatial intelligence. They understand exactly where their body exists in space. They know precisely where you are, where you're headed, and the exact moment to position themselves in your route. This isn't luck. This is calculated communication. In the language cats speak with each other, physical placement carries enormous meaning. Where a cat chooses to sit reveals their intentions. Where they lie down expresses their feelings. Who they stand in front of demonstrates their priorities. Body positioning is how cats show trust, establish social order, express affection, and offer protection. Researchers at the University of Tokyo conducted fascinating studies on feline behavior. They discovered something remarkable. Cats mentally track their human's location even when that person moves out of sight. Your cat maintains an internal map of where you are in the house at all times. They know when you're approaching. They understand your destination. And they deliberately choose that specific moment to step into your path. Why would they do this? Because in your cat's understanding of the world, you belong to their social circle. You're not simply the person who fills the food bowl. You're a member of their family unit, their tribe. And family members look out for each other. When your cat blocks your route, they might be saying several things. "Slow down, please. I'm right here. See me." Or sometimes, "Don't leave yet. Something feels wrong to me." Countless cat parents report their companions stepping in front of them during specific moments, times of emotional stress, periods of sadness, sudden changes to daily routine. This isn't random chance. Cats might not understand the complex reasons behind your upset feelings, but they absolutely sense the emotional shift. Their response moves beyond simple instinct. It becomes emotional awareness. This single act of stepping into your pathway can mean multiple things simultaneously. It might be a request for your attention. It could signal emotional bonding. Sometimes it's a gentle assertion of social standing. Often, it's protective instinct that comes from deep within feline social programming. Consider this perspective. Wildcats in nature form tight family groups. They rely on body language to convey everything from feelings of safety to warnings about danger. House cats inherited this exact same nonverbal communication system. The only difference? Now you're the one they're speaking to. Blocking your movement could be playful interference, or it might translate to, "Where are you going without checking in with me?" It could even represent their version of keeping you secure, from leaving the home, from possible danger, or simply from disrupting the comfortable routine they depend on. Quick pause. If you're finding value in this information, don't forget to share this guide with other cat parents who might be confused by the same behavior. Hit that share button. Send it to your friend who's always complaining about tripping over their cat. You might just save them from a stumble while helping them understand their companion better. And make sure you're subscribed to Cat Senses Advice so you never miss insights that strengthen your bond with your feline friend.
Part 2. Speaking through space. But there's something deeper happening here. Something that raises an intriguing question. What if the timing of when your cat blocks your path isn't just about their own needs? What if they're responding to something they detect in you? Something you haven't even noticed yourself yet? Let's explore how cats use the physical distance between you and wherever you're headed as a form of language. A language of protection, emotional connection, and subtle warning. Sometimes they sense things before you become aware of them yourself. Cats don't speak English. They don't understand your words the way you understand mine right now. But they've become masters of a different communication system, one that's equally powerful and arguably more honest. The language of physical space. When your cat blocks your path, they're speaking to you in bold capital letters. You just need to learn how to read their message. Here's a fundamental truth about cats. Space is never meaningless to them. Every location they select to sit, rest, or walk carries intention. Whether they're sprawled across your laptop keyboard, stationed in a doorway, or stretched across the hallway like a living speed bump, that specific position means something. Scientists who study feline behavior have spent years examining how cats use positional signals to communicate. Unlike dogs, who frequently rely on sounds and obvious physical gestures, cats employ subtle body placement to express dominance, show affection, signal insecurity, and more. They operate as quiet strategists. When your cat plants themselves precisely where you intend to walk, they're performing what researchers call social claiming. They're not just claiming the physical space, they're claiming you. In their worldview, positioning themselves in your path says, "I belong in your orbit. This moment right now, it belongs to both of us." But there's additional complexity beneath the surface. Cats are territorial animals by their very nature. However, their territory isn't marked by walls or furniture alone. It's defined by patterns of movement and energy flow. When they block a doorway or interrupt your walk toward the kitchen, they may be performing what animal behaviorists label as location guarding. They're monitoring who travels where and when. They're reading the energy patterns in your home like tiny feng shui masters covered in fur. Think about how frequently your cat positions themselves between you and the front door, especially right before you leave for work, right before your evening walk. This often signals their awareness of disruption. Cats thrive on predictable patterns, and your departure disrupts the rhythm they find comforting. In many situations, they're not blocking you to create annoyance. They're attempting to anchor you in place. They're communicating, "This moment is about to change, and I can feel it happening. Please don't leave just yet." Science supports this observation. A research study from Oregon State University in 2020 revealed that cats display attachment patterns remarkably similar to human infants. Some cats showed secure attachment behaviors, following their humans and using physical closeness to manage stress. Other cats demonstrated insecure attachment, blocking pathways or hovering near exits when experiencing anxiety. So when your cat blocks your way, they may not be resisting you personally. They may be resisting change itself. They're using their physical body to keep you nearby, much like a young child clutching a parent's leg before the school bus arrives. Then there's what I call the sentinel effect. Some cats position themselves strategically near doors or entry points not just to claim territory, but to keep watch. You've probably witnessed this behavior. Your cat sitting with their back toward you, facing the front door, like a small feline security guard. They're monitoring entry points for potential threats. When they sit at your feet in a hallway or settle at the top of the stairs, they're not simply resting. They're deliberately choosing a vantage point. And when you move through those monitored areas, they don't immediately move aside. Why not? Because their job isn't complete yet. They're not just in your way. They're on duty. They're working. It's easy to assume your cat's positioning happens by accident or without thought. But repeatedly, both scientific research and lived experience demonstrate that it's part of a social script your cat is writing together with you. Sometimes they're asking, "Are we okay right now?" Sometimes they're insisting, "Pay attention to me." And sometimes they're quietly reassuring you, "I'm watching your back." So the next time your cat stands in your pathway, take a moment to pause. Really look at the situation. What time of day is it? What's currently happening in your life? Is there tension in the air? Has your schedule changed recently? Chances are high that your cat noticed these things before you consciously registered them yourself. This information is helping you understand your cat on a completely new level, isn't it? That's exactly why Cat Senses Advice exists, to bridge the communication gap between you and your feline companion. Do your cat a favor right now. Smash that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already, because the more people understand cat behavior, the better life becomes for cats everywhere. Drop a comment telling me, has your cat ever blocked your path right before something important happened? I'd love to hear your experience.
Part 3. Your cat's emotional radar system. Let's address something directly. Cats have earned a reputation for being mysterious creatures, aloof, independent, unpredictable. But what if I revealed that this mystery hides one of their most powerful and underappreciated abilities? Cats function as emotional radar systems. They don't merely observe your physical actions, they sense your emotional state. And sometimes the reason they block your path has absolutely nothing to do with territory, food, or play. It has everything to do with what's happening inside you emotionally. Think back. When you felt sad, stressed, anxious, or quietly dealing with grief, your cat probably acted differently. Sitting closer than usual, watching you with unusual intensity, or yes, walking directly in front of you when you're moving through the house. This isn't coincidence, it's connection. Research published in the journal Animal Cognition demonstrated that cats can recognize human emotional signals. They respond differently to smiling faces compared to frowning faces. Many cats adjust their behavior based on your tone of voice and body language. This means your cat might step into your path not to demand, "Feed me" or "Pet me now." Instead, they might be saying, "Slow down, something feels wrong, I can sense it." Think about moments when you've been pacing around your home, frustrated or lost in anxious thoughts, and suddenly your cat appears in your pathway. It's like they're placing a soft, furry pause button directly in front of you. They're not trying to stop your walking, they're trying to interrupt your mental spiral. Blocking your path becomes a type of intervention, a moment of grounding, a whisper in their language, "Be present, I'm here with you." Don't underestimate the significance of that gesture. In one well-documented case studied by veterinarians, a therapy cat named Whiskers would regularly lie beside elderly residents in a care facility shortly before their passing. He received no special training for this behavior. He simply sensed the shift in energy, the change in feeling. Cats are more than animal companions. They're emotional mirrors. They reflect what you carry inside. And sometimes, when you're rushing through life without noticing how heavy your emotional burden has become, your cat steps right in front of you. Not to block your way, but to bring you back to yourself. This behavior is especially common with bonded cats, those who've shared a home with you for years. They learn your patterns, your rhythms, even the distinctive sound your footsteps make. So when something changes, even something internal that nobody else could detect, they respond.
This explains why many cat owners report their feline companions blocking them on days when they feel physically sick, emotionally anxious, or unusually exhausted. Not with any aggression, but with that same silent intensity that communicates, "I see you. I feel what you're feeling. You're not alone." But how far does this sensing ability extend? Some animal behaviorists believe cats can detect changes in body chemistry, things like hormonal shifts or even early signs of illness. While scientific research continues, anecdotal evidence carries power. Stories of cats who block the path of diabetic owners during low blood sugar episodes. Cats who stand in front of cancer patients refusing to move until they rest. Cats who position themselves between you and a source of stress, whether it's a loud sound, an argument, or just a difficult day. These moments aren't accidents. They're emotional intelligence in action. So when your cat blocks your path during an otherwise ordinary moment, ask yourself this question: what am I feeling right now that I haven't acknowledged yet? Your cat may be trying to get your attention, not for their needs, but for yours. This is where the bond between human and feline goes beyond simple affection. It enters the realm of healing. Because what other creature sees you not for what you're doing, but for what you're feeling, and offers presence without judgment? Only a cat can step into your path and say everything without speaking a single word. If this is resonating with you, please take a second to like this video, subscribe to Cat Senses Advice. Share this with someone who loves their cat but doesn't always understand them. Your engagement helps this message reach more people who need to hear it. And leave a comment below. What's the most unexpected moment your cat has ever blocked your path? Your story matters.
Part 4. When messages go unheard. You're rushing toward the door. Keys in one hand, bag slung over your shoulder. And there they are again, right in the pathway. Maybe you step over them. Maybe you gently nudge them aside with your foot. Maybe you sigh with mild irritation. Come on, please move. But here's a truth that most people completely miss. When you repeatedly ignore your cat's silent messages, they don't just give up. They adapt. And that adaptation isn't always healthy. Cats possess incredible intuition, but they also carry incredible sensitivity. When they block your path, whether for connection, protection, or emotional alert, and this communication is repeatedly dismissed, many cats begin to internalize that as rejection. They may stop trying to communicate this way. They may retreat from you. They may become more withdrawn, more distant, not because their love disappeared, but because they've learned that their language doesn't reach you. Imagine attempting to say, "I love you," or "I miss you," or "Please slow down," every single day, and being stepped over every single time. Eventually, you'd fall silent too. You'd stop trying. This isn't about creating guilt. It's about building awareness. And it's never too late to reconnect with your cat. In fact, noticing when your cat stops blocking your path can be more concerning than when they do it constantly. Behavioral shifts like this often serve as early warning signs of stress, depression, or health problems in cats. Many owners miss these signals until a problem becomes serious. So instead of viewing path blocking as annoying behavior, try seeing it as an invitation. An invitation to pause, to check in, to acknowledge that this quiet, graceful creature sharing your space is trying to share something deeper. Here's the beautiful part. When you begin responding with intention, even small acknowledgement makes a difference. A quick head scratch, a warm word spoken gently. You'll notice the energy shift immediately. Your cat may soften their body. Their gaze might relax. They may walk away satisfied because you received the message. Because for them, it was never about controlling your movement. It was about being noticed, being seen, being heard in their own language. And when that happens, their world feels safe again. Let's remember something important. Cats were never bred to serve humans or please us. Their affection, their loyalty, their concern, it's all completely voluntary. Every time they insert themselves into your day, they're making a choice to care. They're choosing you. And when you choose them back,
Even in the simplest ways, you strengthen the bond that makes cat companionship so uniquely profound and meaningful. So here's what I want you to do. The next time you encounter that soft wall of fur in your pathway, stop moving. Bend down. Meet their eyes directly. Ask yourself out loud, what are you trying to tell me today? You'll be amazed at how much you hear once you start truly listening. Because in the quiet corners of your hallway, in the pause before you walk away, lives a message wrapped in whiskers and soft fur. You matter to me. And that might just be the most powerful love language that exists. Before you go, I need you to do something. If this guide helped you see your cat in a new light, do them a small favor. Hit that like button right now. Subscribe to Cat Senses Advice. Not for me, but for every cat out there trying to be understood by their human companion. Leave a comment below and tell me your story. Has your cat ever blocked your path in a moment you didn't understand until later? Share your experience. Your story might help another cat owner finally understand what their companion has been trying to say for years. And please share this video with other cat parents. Send it to your friends. Post it in your cat lover groups. Every person who understands their cat better creates a happier life for a feline friend. Until next time, give your cat an extra moment of attention, or maybe let them block your way just a little longer than usual. They might be saying more than you think. This is James Mitchell from Cat Senses Advice, reminding you that every interaction with your cat is an opportunity to strengthen your bond, one secret at a time. Thank you for being here. Thank you for caring enough about your cat to learn their language, and thank you for being part of a community that believes cats deserve to be truly understood. See you in the next video where we'll explore another fascinating secret about the feline mind.